The restaurant was silent for only a breath, just long enough for every head to turn, when the billionaire's cold German words sliced through the air like a blade, calling the young waitress uneducated, and beneath notice as she stood trembling with a tray in her hands. In that single moment, the clatter of dishes, the murmurs of customers, the soft violin music drifting from the speakers, all seemed to fade behind the sharp sting of humiliation spreading across her face. She swallowed hard, not because she understood his tone, but because she understood every single word perfectly. And that was the moment everything began to shift, though no one in the room knew it yet. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and treating people with dignity, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Soulful Stories to support more heart-touching narratives like this. Amelia had been working at the Lakeside Terrace, a quiet but elegant restaurant near the old district of Berlin. Her days were long, filled with balancing trays heavier than they looked and smiling at strangers no matter how tired she felt. She was 24, with a calm face and eyes that carried a depth of stories no one bothered to ask about. Most people assumed she was just another waitress living paycheck to paycheck, but they did not know the years of sacrifice and study hidden behind that simple apron. She had grown up in Munich, the daughter of immigrant parents who believed that education was the only path that could not be stolen from someone. Her mother used to tell her that languages were like bridges, connecting worlds that otherwise never touched. So Amelia had learned them passionately, collecting languages the way other children collected toys, until she could speak six fluently, German being the one she mastered first. But life had a cruel sense of timing. During her final year of university, her father fell severely ill. The medical bills consumed everything the family had managed to save, and Amelia, without hesitation, left her studies unfinished to work full-time and support them. She planned to return someday, but someday felt further away with every late-night shift and every rent payment that barely made it through. Still, she carried herself with quiet dignity, telling herself that struggles were not meant to break her, only to sharpen her. That afternoon, the restaurant buzzed with preparation. A renowned billionaire, Lucas Reinhardt, known for his real estate empire and icy demeanor, had booked a private corner table. Rumors spread quickly among the staff. Reinhardt was famous not just for his wealth, but for the way he treated those he considered beneath him. "Watch yourself around him," the manager warned Amelia. "He has a reputation." Still, she nodded, taking a slow breath as she prepared to serve him. When he arrived, tall, sharply dressed, and surrounded by people bowing to his every move, the room shifted. Conversation softened, eyes followed him, and even the air felt different, charged with the weight of power. Amelia approached with her usual grace, placing the glass of imported sparkling water on the table. But Reinhardt barely glanced at her, mumbling something under his breath in German, his tone edged with irritation. He complained about the service before it had even begun, saying to his associate that the waitress looked too common and uneducated to be working in a place like this. His voice wasn't loud, but it was loud enough. Loud enough for her. Loud enough for everyone. Heat rushed to Amelia's cheeks. She held the tray firmly, refusing to let her hands shake. She had been insulted before, but there was something different about this moment, the casual arrogance, the assumption that she wouldn't understand, that she didn't matter. She wanted to walk away, but her mother's words echoed softly in her memory. Knowing a language gives you power, but knowing when to use it gives you wisdom. So she said nothing, not yet. The meal continued with Reinhardt complaining between bites, muttering belittling remarks in German each time Amelia approached. The other staff exchanged nervous glances but stayed silent. No one wanted to lose their job. No one wanted to challenge a man with enough power to crush their careers with a phone call. As Amelia carried out his dessert, a simple vanilla custard with caramel drizzle, Reinhardt finally leaned back in his chair, speaking clearly and cruelly in German. He said she was proof that some people are born to serve and others are born to succeed, and that people like her should be grateful to even be in the presence of someone like him. A soft gasp rose from a nearby table. Amelia's heart pounded, not with pain anymore, but with something steadier, stronger, a quiet storm rising. She placed the dessert gently on the table, straightened her shoulders, and finally looked him directly in the eyes. And then, in flawless, eloquent German, she responded. She thanked him for his visit but told him that true success was measured not by wealth, but by how one treated those with less power. She explained that she understood every word he had said from the beginning, that she had studied languages, cultures, and international relations before life forced her to pause her dreams. Her voice did not shake, her expression did not break. She spoke with a calm confidence that stunned every person within earshot. The billionaire froze. His fork slipped from his hand and clattered onto the plate, the sound ringing louder than it should have. His associates stared at Amelia in shock, while the nearby customers watched with admiration. Reinhardt opened his mouth to speak, but nothing